What's up, guys? I know I'm a bit late for this, but we're gonna get two videos out today and a stream. It's gonna be fun. But first, we're gonna talk about the state of the game post that Bungie put out. This post went live the same day as the Outriders demo went live, which is something you can take on to your own extent. Let's go over the major points of what this post actually had and what I believe is like key features of this post and the things I can't wait to come to fruition. Let's start up with Witch Queen. They came out and said it's gonna be delayed until 2022, which this is a good thing because since they don't have to have that lingering entity of a publisher saying things have to be put out at this time, no ifs, ands, or buts, you don't get it done, still we're going to ship it anyway. This so they can actually get their work done properly and get as little bugs that actually go into the game as possible, which is awesome where they're doing this, putting it a year later. Also, a side note, they said they're going to do it in early 2022, so it's not going to be like in the wonders of gaming place of everything needs to be in November region. Nice. Next, they talked about is sunset. Sunsetting is not going to be a thing anymore. Pretty much the main things you got to look out for is if your weapon and armor is at 1310, it will not get sunset. The only thing that is going to change is things that are currently sunset, like your mountaintop, your recluse, everything that doesn't hit max light right now, it's going to stay sunset. So there's no reason to keep it in there if you're focused on primarily endgame activities like the raid and trials. But the next part can be power leveling. They're changing it so the 50 plus raises that we've had a couple of seasons is only going to be managed for the major expansions, or in this case, Witch Queen. The way they're doing power leveling for each season is going to be raising it by 10. So if you are currently at 1310 by any point of this season, next season you'll only have to worry about pinnacles, so there's no really any point of going for powerful drops anymore if you're currently at, or you're going to maintain that high power level for the end of the season. Up next, let's talk about PvP. There's a lot of things in PvP, which is good that they're focusing somewhat on PvP, so it's people can actually play it more. The main thing that people are happy about, especially for trials and competitive, is that 3-peaking is going to be gone in season 15. The way they're doing this, emotes and swords without ammo will be disabled, so you won't be able to use it. It would still be funny is if you press your emo button and it still had that text right at the bottom screen, so you still know that they're emoting you, but you don't actually get the 3-peak capabilities. Next, they're doing more stasis changes, which is great because people still like to complain about stasis. For the Behemoth Titan, we are decreasing the super damage reduction, so you'll be able to take these guys down faster. Increases the super energy cost for performing light attacks. Cool. Behemoth Titan lasted a long time if you're just focused on your light attacks. Removes the free OE on super cast. Nice. So you're able to shotgun him quickly if he's still doing the animation, which is awesome. Reduces travel efficiency from Shiver Strike when slowed. Again, this is another great nerf to the Behemoth Titan. Revenant Hunter, decrease the Withering Blade damage and tracking. This is by far the most annoying tool on the Hunter kit. It's a good thing that it's getting nerfed, and this is coming from a guy who mains Hunter. Decrease slow stats apply to targets, which is also a good thing because, you know, getting slowed in PvP is not the most fun experience. Removes Shatter Dive damage reduction. Honestly, I don't get killed too many times while I'm in Shadow Dive just because when I do use it and I have a wall nade, I'm usually by my wall anyway, so I don't really get shot. They did some changes to Shatter Binder Warlock, but these aren't nerfs. These are simple just bug fixes because they already put Warlock subclass in its place during the first week of Beyond Light. The two bug fixes are Ice Flare Bolts won't track targets immediately on creation, which is from their new aspect. Fix where Shade Binder super projectiles were not tracking until a certain distance is traveled. This is another good thing because you want those tracks to happen. The major part of this entire stasis nerf is that you're decreasing crystal shatter damage across the board, which is amazing. They brought up cheating, which is one of those things that they can't talk about too much just because they go into detail with it. It gives the cheating devs some breathing room and knows how to get around it. But what they did clarify is that they're doubling the size of their security team. They're going to launch regular surveys for players' experience and the progress on their attempts to hold back cheating. And they're going to take legal action against cheating devs, just like what they did when they teamed up with Riot for Valorant, when they took the creators of a site that gave away cheats to court. which is awesome. Up next, Trials is getting some reworks. They're reworking their reward structures so players don't just recycle cards like they used to. So hopefully they give enough of a reason for me to continue using a Trials card even after I get the first loss. They also talk about getting solo players to hop into Trials for like incentive. The way they talked about just solo players independently makes me think they're going to start thinking about doing a freelance playlist, which is cool. For raids, VOG or Vault is coming back in season 14. This will have a raid race and contest mode, but the trick is because this is a returning raid, they're going to launch a certain amount of triumphs along with the raid, and for you to get the belt, you're going to need to complete all the triumphs and complete the raid while being the first one, which is a good incentive to, not just worry about the raid mechanics itself and worry about these specific things. Later in the year, they're going to release a mastered version of the raid, which will have adept gear. And they talk about how they're going to plan to do more of this for raids future with them being released at a similar time frame, which would be great. So you don't have to wait 3 months for the mastered version. They also talk about how it's going to have adept gear, which is nice. It'd be interesting what they do for adept. Hopefully they don't just put the exotic adept weapons from D1 in here, because primaries with energy burns is not really something Destiny 2 needs, because we already have it for our energy slot. They also added that this is going to be happening to Dungeons 2 at a later date, which is awesome. Give me another reason to play Shattered Throne besides going for Revan rolls. Next thing they talk about is Transmog. Pretty much Ada's coming back and she'll have bounties for you to complete to get Ada's Loom. You can use this specific item to make any armor piece a universal ornament, which is cool for your fashion framers. But here's the thing, if you are a lazy guardian, you don't want to do all these bounties, you don't want to farm this, you can simply just use silver and you can get these Ada Looms that way. Another positive thing for fashion guardians is that the shaders are going to be a permanent unlock. So there's no reason to be like myself and just hoard shaders all the time, just so you don't have to waste any materials on getting them. Going into crossplay. Crossplay will be fully involved during Season 15, but during Season 14, there will be alpha tests and inner workings, so we get a successful launch with crossplay. And for those who worried about if you're going to be always going against PC players in Crucible, don't worry. The only way you're going to be in a PC lobby is if a PC player invites you into theirs. But besides that, you're going to be still playing against console players for PvP, which is a good thing. We're talking about rewards. They're going to be adding legendary stasis weapons in Season 15, which is a good thing because, the only stasis weapon we have is Salvation's Grip, which is not really used very much. The other thing for rewards is the gilded titles that we have currently right now. They are going to show how many times you've gilded it later. So it'd be another set of bragging rights if you hit Conqueror for the 10th time in a row. Be just more bragging, which is good for the community, just to give them incentive to do these steals more often. But that's the most of the state of the game post, which is a lot of good things. They've changed a lot of stuff that people like to complain about on Reddit and the forums, but this is one of those key features where Bungie's not going to go anywhere, Destiny's not going anywhere. If you don't find something you find enjoyable, there's other games out there. You got Outriders that just has their demo out, which is another good thing. Anyway guys, if you need any help with the raid, I'm going to be live on Twitch. I go live on Twitch every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, dealing with mostly Destiny stuff, but I do play other games. But I'm going to be doing raid help, and if you want some raid help, click the link down in the description below, follow my Twitch, we'll have our fun. Even if you haven't done the raid before, we'll still get the raid done. Anyway guys, I love you all. I'll see you guys later. Bye!